The rumour mill in overdrive for months, with the Prime Minister neither confirming nor denying talk of an early election. Well, today's announcement putting all that to rest with a date being set. And with just a few weeks left to get their messages out, political machineries today shifted into overdrive. With a recap of today's events, we go to our Altavis Munnings. Good evening, Altavis.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. That September 16th general election date literally gives political parties 3 weeks to campaign. The signal for the early election came during an announcement this morning to dissolve Parliament. Provost Marshal, Commissioner of Police Paul Roll, stood right here on the steps of the House of Assembly around 10 o'clock Thursday morning to read the proclamation from the Governor General.
The Parliament of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas stands dissolved from the 19th day of August 2021. And whereas it is provided by Article 65 of the Constitution that each session of Parliament shall be held at such place and commence at such time as the Governor-General may by proclamation appoint. Now, therefore, I, Cornelius A. Smith, Governor-General of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, do hereby proclaim that the next session of Parliament shall be held in the city of Nassau, in the island of New Providence, on the 6th day of October 2021, and shall commence at 10 a.m. o'clock in the forenoon.
About an hour later, the official date for the next general election was revealed during a national address by Prime Minister the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis. And managing the pandemic's future impact on the country is the primary reason why the Prime Minister is confident now is the time for the people of the Bahamas to choose the next government. He acknowledged that the Bahamas has battled the worst public health crisis in modern history for a year and a half now. And the current national statistics tell the story. Close to 17,000 positive cases, 145 hospitalizations, and more than 300 deaths. But with more than 500,000 vaccines, those already here and the more to come, that will be utilized for the national vaccination campaign, and government's $7 million COVID-19 pandemic price tag, the Prime Minister assures that we are beginning the process to end the emergency phase of the COVID-19 pandemic.
As a result of our country reaching the goal of securing the vaccines we need, it is now time for the Bahamian people to choose who they want to lead them as we move towards vaccinating every Bahamian who wishes to be vaccinated. Your next government will have key decisions to make in enacting post-pandemic public health legislation. Your next government will have to make other key decisions to build on the robust economic growth started on our watch. Your next government will have to make important decisions on rebuilding and renewing a post-COVID-19 Bahamas. A new mandate is needed to ensure that a government is in place to do this difficult work over the long term as we are reaching a critical turning point in the pandemic. I have advised the Governor General to issue the writs of election, which will be held on Thursday, the 16th of September, 2021.
The Prime Minister also cited the Bahamas' long tradition of peaceful general elections and urged Bahamians to continue that proud tradition.
We must discuss the issues rigorously and peacefully, contrasting our various visions for the country. In our democratic tradition, the people rule. Your collective